What is up, everybody? We're back filming YouTube videos. I have not made a YouTube video in so unbelievably long, and I promise I'm gonna get more consistent with it. But I posted something on my Instagram story the other day about asking me questions for a YouTube video. I got a lot of good ones, but there was one question on there that I think deserves a video on its own, regardless of, you know, all these other ones. And I will make that Q&A video at some point, but this one question I think is so important right now in the business world and the online money world, because so many things are changing right now. And that is, how do you sign your first client in 2025? So I want to go on a walk right now with y'all. As you can see, we're in beautiful San Diego, California, and just talk a little bit about how I would sign my first client if I had to completely go back to zero right now. Everything is wiped, but I still have my current knowledge. I want to talk about that because there are so many things that you learn as you scale a business that you didn't know when you started. You know, there's so many different things that you pick up along the way, different lessons, different, you know, just overall knowledge that you wouldn't have known when you started. So the first thing I want to talk about is detaching yourself from generalized advice on the internet. And the reason that I say that is because the more cold outreach videos you watch and the more advice you take of people being like, this is the best DM script, you will start to kind of form a bubble around how to do proper outreach. You'll think that, okay, this video said that I need to send a paragraph DM. So any DM that I send, if it's not a paragraph, it's not gonna work. And what happens is you start making these little mini rules for yourself. And it might come in different ways where you feel like you're doing this, but really think right now, what rules have I put myself in the box of? I have to do DMs on Twitter. I can only do Twitter DMs. I have to do Instagram DMs. I have to do Instagram DMs and ask people if they're doing anything with email, right? It's a common one. This is the best outreach method. There's a best script, whatever it might be. Think of the limiting belief that you think is keeping you in a box, because that's the first place you need to start when it comes to expanding your mindset with outreach. And I think that watching educational content on how to do outreach, this is an educational content video on how to do outreach, is amazing. But you need to understand that those videos are not rules. Those videos are simply knowledge that's given to you that you can add to almost your bank of what is possible. So let me break that down a little bit more. The worst thing you can do with cold outreach is go online, look up the best outreach script in 2025, find a video with 60,000 views, copy the script word for word, send 1,000 of those, and get 3 responses and nobody wants to book a sales call with you. If that sounds familiar, well, congratulations, you found this video in which I'm going to fix your problem in probably the next 5 minutes, depending on the battery life of this camera. But the first thing you need to understand when it comes to doing cold outreach is that originality always wins. So I'm gonna give you 2 examples of ways that I have signed copywriting clients, and both of them are now 2 of my best friends in real life. So the first one was somebody that I sent a cold DM to, and all I said was, hey, you should add a VSL to your funnel. It will help you a lot. Very basic DM, nothing crazy, simple one-liner. He responded, he said, what's up, man? And then I sent him a quick video being like, yo, dude, like a talking selfie video, which you should be doing. Yo, man, what's up? Just wanted to give you some knowledge. I've seen this system work with a lot of my clients before. If you simply add a VSL funnel to your offer, it's gonna help nurture leads more. You're gonna have people showing up to sales calls just more engaged and ready to buy. He said, dude, that's actually pretty helpful. I said, yeah, why don't we do this? Let me write you a quick one of what it would look like. We can jump on a call and run through it. He said, bet. We jumped on a call, and we didn't even move forward on that call. We didn't even start working together on that call. We simply just met each other, started talking, and then I just kind of kept sending him value. Down the line, he hits me up. He's like, hey, I have some client work I want to expand on that needs a copywriter. Let's work. And I said, bet. We jumped on a call. We've been working together ever since. And if you're watching this video, you know who you are. And we go on vacations together now. We've rented 9,000 square feet penthouses in the city, and off of one cold DM, I now have one of my closest friends, which is crazy to say. Another one, I saw an ad of somebody in my city, which is San Diego. I do not live in Miami. I feel like I get that a lot. Like people being like, do you live in Miami? No, I live in San Diego. I will always live in San Diego. The new place I'm getting is not in Miami, it's in San Diego. That was actually one of the questions on the story as well, was, are you moving to Miami? No, I'm not. I live in San Diego. But anyway, apart from that, the next one was the building that I'm moving into. And the reason I'm bringing up moving right now is because it's an important part of this story. I'm moving to my dream apartment in 5 days here in San Diego, California. And I toured this building about 6 months ago with basically a vision board intention of, I cannot afford this yet, but I'm going to tour it to visualize it because I know it's in my future. I'm gonna turn around here because I'm hitting a dead end and my hair's going crazy. I'm gonna tour this building with the intention of moving here in the future because I know this is where I wanna go and I know this place is in my future. I tour that building and about 3 days later, I get an ad from somebody working out in the gym of that building. I slide up on the ad. I said, hey man, I just toured this building yesterday. Is this building name? I can't exactly dox myself here. And he's like, yeah, it is. I said, bet, dude, that's sick. I'm in San Diego too. Love meeting other entrepreneurs if you want to grab lunch. He said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow. So I bet. We grabbed lunch the next day and he ran me through some of the problems he's having in his business. And I was like, hey, I can do all this for you. I can fix all this for you. And we started working together that day. The reason I'm telling you all this is because there is, I should go over here. There's utter creativity in both of those DMs. I want to point out that none of those DMs have said, hey man, I'm a copywriter. Let me boost your email conversions by 20 to 30%. Let me know if you want to chat. They didn't say any of that. They were just casually sliding in to someone's DMs being like, hey, I have a solution for you. Let me know if you want to fix it. Best outreach advice I've ever gotten, the best outreach advice I can give is that people want to be talked to like people. If I am gonna go on a date with somebody and I ask them, hey, let's grab dinner, that's a lot more convincing than, hey, would you be opposed to having a quick hour dinner with me? I think you would really like me. I have all these great qualities and I think I could bring a lot to you. No one's responding well to that. That's weird. Cold outreach is the same way. So the second you realize you're communicating with other people and you are on their level as well, you are set. You are fine. It just comes down to doing volume. And I can tell you guys right now, there's an analogy and a very famous historical story that you should go look into if you have not in the past with outreach. There's the story of the Trojan horse. If anyone has not heard of that, I'll give a very brief rundown. Basically, a long time ago in history, a wooden horse was built as a gift, and inside of that horse had a bunch of soldiers. The horse was brought in the middle of a castle or whatever you want to call it, and in the middle of the night, the soldiers went out of the horse and killed everybody. And the reason I say that is because that horse was a way to get into something that is hard to access. So give yourself that knowledge. How can I have that with trying to pitch people? Because I will tell you, if you go in and someone's DMs and just upfront pitch them, you will find yourself sending hundreds of DMs over and over and over again without a lot of results. Maybe you'll get lucky, but you will have a harder time than if you be creative and find some way to stand out to people. And the funny thing is you can't teach that. You can't teach creativity. I can't teach somebody being like, hey, how do I go into this person's DMs and be creative? I don't know, because you have to think of that. I've paid for calls with people. I've literally bought info products that had a call with the creator, jumped on the call and treated it as a sales call and closed them. So there's no limit to creativity. And that's ultimately what I'm making this video about, is you need to break free of every limiting belief you have about cold outreach and how you're supposed to do it, and just move forward and find new ways, right? I don't know what that looks like for you, but the more examples that I can give you, the more you start to realize what I'm talking about. Another thing that I've done is I've removed everybody from my close friends list on Instagram, and I've added only the prospect that was pitching to it, posted a story with value on there for them, tagged them in the story, and because it says mentioned you in their story, people open it pretty much every time. Everyone's clicking something if they get mentioned in the story. It doesn't matter, right? So what you need to do is stand away from the other 100 people in these people's DMs. And that's really it. That's really the only key to doing cold outreach. And you do that enough times, and you show up enough times, you are going to be set. You're going to be fine. And as far as the people you need to be reaching out to, the biggest thing I can say is the more weird niches you go down, the more rabbit holes you go down, the better success you're going to have. You probably will not have the most success in the beginning pitching day traders, because a lot of the traders all live in Miami and work with the same people. You probably will not have the best results in the beginning pitching fitness coaches, because 99% of them do not make a lot of money. They are very difficult to work with at times, and I have gone through multiple fitness coach clients, and I have 2 right now that I love working with that are great people, and they all do very well. But they're gems in a sea where there's not a lot of gems. So something to consider as well. The niche pitching is important. And the only thing I can say, like niche-wise, is there's so much potential outside of BizUp, outside of make money online courses. There's so much potential. I work with dating offer. That's another one that I work with. Dating coaching, people, how to become more confident, how to go up to people and just be like, hey, what's up? Like talk to people in person, stuff like that. It's like coaching for that. And I work with someone that does that, and that offer rips. So there's a lot of potential outside of the BizOp niche. And the second you can realize that, you'll be really set. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. Be creative in your outreach, stand out, and be somebody that everybody looks at and goes, wow, that's crazy. I never would have thought of that. And that's really the key to it, to be honest. And I know I have not been posting a lot on YouTube. I'm actually gonna get back into this. I really will. I actually just bought this DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm filming this on right now. And this thing is super fun. Like I've been playing around with this motion tracking so much. Like it's so crazy. I can just wave my arm and it does that. My idea for the future of this channel is I really want to start doing vlogs. I want to show you guys like what my life looks like running this business and the day-to-day of that. And also just, share more of me with you guys. And that's the goal for this. So I'm moving in 5 days. There's definitely gonna be a vlog of moving coming out. So that'll be really fun, which will be sick. I'm gonna be moving into this apartment. So I'm gonna be vlogging that entire thing and then just try to do weekly videos of my life. And I always keep this authentic in all my videos. If you guys wanna learn how I started this and the systems that I've used to scale this business, everything from signing clients to the actual scaling systems, I'll put a link in the description to Copy MBA, which is where I learned everything about what I do now. So if you literally want to copy from A to Z exactly what I did when I started my journey to when I got here, you can click that in the description. Full transparency is something that you will have to invest in. I do not hide that, but that investment changed my life forever. And if you are in a position where you feel you can invest in yourself and want to invest in your skills, I strongly recommend going and checking it out, because maybe you never know how a small investment will shape your entire future. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. And if you like this one, please let me know. I will be posting more vlog content. I just wanted to get out and film a video with this new camera, get something out to you guys that haven't in a while, and obviously try to spill more sauce about copywriting, signing clients, and everything.